Hello, hello. Welcome to the edge of the Darkwood. And here we have a game of Kislev versus Tzeentch, Catholic Alcoholic versus Berserk. And this is a matchup I've seen a lot in recent days. There isn't much that can put up a fight against Kislev, so it tends to be the same set of usual suspects always if you go against them. Namely dwarves, Tzeentch, and maybe the Empire. And yeah, we have here for the Tzeentchian side 2 Chaos Warriors, a Marauder, Sour Guts, a Marauder Spears, a Zangar, and another Vanguard to grab the outside points quickly, and a Marauder Horseman to grab the mid. And the Sour Guts, you see them always, like always, they're just so insanely good. They're quite an out attack for Tzeentch at the moment. The Soul Grinder is similar. It has insane damage against infantry now, and especially against Kislev's high quality expansive infantry that is very useful. We're not seeing a caster yet, so I suspect there's a final transmutation caster with a Skull of Katam in the back pocket, maybe to just nuke out Little Grom, or if they come out slats or something. And this is just the Chaos Lord, the anti-large fighter. Silver shields, heavy armor, very good stats, flying super fast. So this is something you certainly can make good use of if going against Kislev. And Kislev has a bunch of normal Kossars without spears or anything, just normal archers with decent melee stats. And this was my Discord ping, apologize. The usual range of armored Kossars, a little Grom hiding in the forest. I'm not completely sure why. Maybe he wants to dip in and out the first edge here, but the thing doesn't even have hide in forest. I'm not completely sure about this. What's the sword here? And Death Frost. Probably to, deal with such characters here to not let them annoy Grom for the whole game. And then 2 Akshina ambushes, which is something I also did in my last time I played this matchup. Let's... Come on. Can I mute Discord here? Sorry. Which is something I also did in my last matchup against Tzeentch. Simply because their invisibility or their stealth can dodge the Soul Grinder shots, at least early until they start firing. It worked out horribly for me, so we will see. Like, it's revealed now, your stealth is useless. Congratulations. The Soul Grinder will come in. Actually, the thing, he did a whole ton of damage by charging in. This is surprising. Okay, let the Death Frosts begin. Has 100 range, right? Yes. No? Not yet. It's a bit questionable to throw that into the barrier. But maybe we see a net from the... Yeah, now I'll start firing. Probably we get the net. It's... Ooh, no, that's a cost. I guess he wants the net, but it has 100 range, and that's out of range here. Trap dodged. On the other side, we see Griffin Legion charging into Zangors, but since he's occupied with managing here, they also eat a free charge into the back of Zentigors, and Zentigors are currently cracked. You see how they demolish this Griffin Legion. So, actually, oh, the main job is from the Zangors? No, 500 no value. The main job is 100% from the Zentigors. Yeah, they took almost no damage, and will regenerate their barrier, and this 1200 Griffin Legion unit is dead. Okay, so the Lord has landed and still a bit chased. I'm not sure if the pack traps are out. No. The Sour Guts are going to be shot, which is the best way to deal with them. In melee, it's always very questionable since the explosion on death is an horrifying retaliation damage. Like, really? Though their leadership is now so high, you need to put quite some dagger on them to hurt them, to really get them off the field. Though, with the Griffin Legion, that at this point is tightly in the Tzeentchian grip. The Snow Leopard here trying its best, I guess. Though I don't think against those two monsters it's a good thing. It's something working. What's the value? Yeah, 200, not very great. Most of the damage on the Lord probably come from the constant Death Frost casts onto him. Not letting him regain barrier and trying to get it down. This will not end in a kill if the Tzeentchian side is attentive, but it gets a threat to the little Grum of the field, though I'm not sure if that's the biggest problem Kislev has right now. This... here's the Sogrener netted? No, still not netted. Maybe it was just netted. Yeah, pack trap count 1 down. I missed that part. Though I got again shooting and still have 70 models despite being down to a third of their health. Amazing. Terrible unit. I hate it. It's so annoying if you have to deal with it. Just won't die. For the Tzeentchian side, it's of course quite hilarious. Okay, getting here zoned off the point, and this is a fight that Tzeentch 100% knows they lose. And they take it willingly just to zone Kislev off this point. They retook the mid, which Kislev had for a long time, or, well, 2 minutes, and now have back their triple caps that they also early had, and that, yeah, this means they get an insane point lead, and even if they lose some fights over here, even if they lose them badly, the win is the time they get here. So they play to win on single point. Now, this is a bit sad for the Kislevite side. The Death Frost caster was probably directly meant to counter this guy, and now it gets taken down by the Chaos Lord, though, with the... Will it die? Oh no, the Tzeentch army ability. Will both die here? It's still 800 HP. I don't think it will die. Oh,
The enemy has
that was a
slain
witch,
our
though.
lord.
But droughts? Droughts? Oh, here we have the caster. Skull of Katam Final Trance, yes. Not yet used. I'm
You have the foe's victory
curious
point.
to see at what it will be used. Kislev now finally took this point back. Tzeentch stopped investing into it and just used the resources that were there on hand to delay. And while Kislev still has to focus on it, they started focusing on the other points to try and win there more. Oh, now this might be a good target for the final transmutation. Though it's not that good against infantry. It does about 3k damage, maybe a bit less, I think. So it just chops not even half of this infantry unit. Now the Chaos Sorcerer tries to continue where the Chaos Lord has left, and Tzeentch is honestly a bit thin with their resources right now. But they know they can win on a single point, though it's 7 minutes that they would have to hold this point, which is a long time. And Kislev has good mobility and also strong self-sustained infantry units. If you want to just invest a single unit to hold a point, it's very good if it can counter a range of threats, and armored cutters, for example, are good for that. They won't die to blue horrors, skirmish cav, and such. They are fairly resistant to charging knights and at least giving you enough time to send over reinforcements. Zentigos are a bit of a problem, especially in their current state. But they still take a while to kill it. And they are also more expensive, so Tzeentch would dedicate more resources if they go for some such mobility plays. Let's see, Lilgram, 700 value, was most of the time tied into some fights and just spent time defending itself. Totally not worth it. Yeah, Kislev knows they have to go for the triple cap, and as current things stands, I will get it. But Tzeentch instead plays for the far point, where there's, well, few Kislevite resources, and Kislev just kinda throws in crap units. But if they get the triple caps, I also have to hold the triple cap for a long time, at least until they reach like 1150 resources or something. Which, yeah, is several minutes. So if one side falls and the other flips in return, that's not good for Kislev. Oh, they got their caster back. Interesting. We still haven't seen the Skull of Katam final trans. I would at this point just throw it at whatever I can find. There we have a triple cap, at least temporarily. I'm not sure what the ice switch should be able to do here. I guess it's just Manda's capture weight. Oh, that's still on Kislevite's side. The Chaos Knights are coming over. The Spire Blood buys so much time that they didn't manage to take down. And Zentigos are absolutely cracked right now, but they're also taking a lot of damage if they are the ones that are getting charged. Change bringers. Oh, Kislev, Tzeentch must run out of resources to usefully bring, because that's certainly not what you need right now. Especially not into an archer front or armored corsairs. They have the same range, so the pistols will always win that. Tzeentch almost taking this point, but not really. I'm not sure how this fight goes. There's a lot of Kislevite infantry in here, and if it's such a standing grind, this infantry will usually win. Kislevite warriors apparently had Bio Blood already procced or rallied. I don't know. So the Changebringers lost 2 models, and here we have the Skull of Catan. Final trance. Together with some Changebringer fire. But yeah, the ambushers are great against them, and even as their meager remaining ammo, and yeah, that was the last straw for Tzeentch, their last attempt. It was a bit weird. Tzeentch has so many resources trying to take down specific things, and they invested so much in taking down the little Grum and the caster, which is a fairly cheap unit, that they kinda lost on the rest of the field. Most of their success was by early grabbing the points and then playing the mobility a bit to hold the points for as long as possible. Oh, yeah, those ambushes did great, but Tzeentch didn't really try to take them down. Like, the Soul Grinder, I don't know what it did, honestly. I didn't really comment on it through the game because it was just going melee somewhat. I don't know if it was trying to first deal with a little Grom, which never manifested, since little Grom lived until the end, but was just tied up. I definitely would have just started shooting that thing into infantry. Like, the Akshina ambushers are a perfect target for them, and they reveal themselves while shooting, so they get the return fire. And if they're on the field, you can start making plays with. If they're off the field, you can start making plays with something like Changebringers or something. So, yeah, it felt a bit weird targeting priority there. Griffin Legion. Hey, this one was the massacred by this one. Nice to see it. This probably still got double summoned, but the White Warrior's doing really great. But yeah, they probably fought against Knights or something in standing combat, which Knights, of course, will like. Yeah, Little Grum, can't really call it super disappointing. There was so much investment trying to take it down, so 850 value is still good for that. It tied up a lot of enemy resources, and that's, yeah, it's true value. It baited the enemy into overreacting to it. Yeah, and I think that's about as much as I can say for that. Probably will cast and upload another one today. We'll see. See you on the next one.